shoulder width. Those things don't change when transgender women suppress testosterone. They don't get shorter. They've still got big lungs.
We'll defend the proud tradition of female athletes, and we will not allow men to beat up, injure, and cheat our women and our girls. From now on, women's sports will be only for women.
You're about to be a mom. How is that feeling? Pops. Oh, let me get it together. About to be a pop.
Brittney Griner's name just got thrown into a digital tornado because somebody blasted what they claimed were her private medical files all over the internet, and the streets went wild over it. These so-called documents were saying everything from surgeries to hormones to random medical notes, the type of stuff that had people screaming like the WNBA was hiding some huge secret. But here's the thing, nobody even knows if this stuff is real, and the internet still acted like it was breaking news, and this all blew up right after that viral sideline moment where she snapped from the bench and called Caitlin Clark a trash player. And folks swear that's what opened the floodgates. That one heated outburst didn't just trend, it had people pulling up her entire history like detectives on a mission. Meanwhile, the WNBA staying silent had everybody's antennas up. Fans were like, why ain't they saying nothing? And once people feel like something's being kept quiet, the rumors explode even harder. Because the second that clip went viral, the fake paperwork dropped everywhere. Not TikTok jokes, not random memes, straight up files with names, numbers, doctor's notes, and a whole bunch of medical jargon most people couldn't even understand. It looked official enough that folks didn't stop to question whether it could be edited or totally made up. And those papers, they were filled with claims that had the internet losing control. Talking about levels, bone scans, and past procedures like they were reading from a medical textbook. None of it verified, none of it confirmed, but the shock factor had people running with it like it was gospel. Then people started doing what the internet does best, digging way too deep. Old clips got replayed, interviews were slowed down, practice footage was studied like a crime scene. Fans swore they were seeing signs, even though they were really just convincing themselves the rumors were real. Folks started talking about her recovery speed from injuries like it was some kind of secret message. Trainers had been saying for years that she bounced back faster than most players. But instead of calling it great genetics or next-level conditioning, people online tried to twist it into something else completely. Every time she healed up quick, somebody online yelled, "See, that's not normal," like they were scientists. And suddenly, every little thing became evidence. The height, the wingspan, the power behind her dunks. People were connecting dots that weren't even on the same page. And once someone said, most players can barely touch the rim, but Brittney throwing it down like nothing, the internet swore that meant something wild was going on. Then things got even messier, because a while back, Brittney posted a topless clip on Instagram and the video didn't get flagged. People jumped on that instantly, yelling that the app's AI must have seen her as something she wasn't, but nobody stopped to think that AI messes up all the time. It mislabels people every single day. Still, the rumor mill ran with it like it was some official verdict. And you already know, the deeper the rumors got, the more people started rewriting her whole story. The voice, the build, the frame, the same things folks have commented on since forever suddenly turned into clues, even though none of it proved anything at all. What really set the internet off was an old interview clip where Brittney playfully said she wanted to be called Pops after her child was born. She didn't say she wanted to be called Dad. She didn't say anything wild. She was joking around, having a moment. But people online twisted it, clipped it, and tried to force it into the rumor wave. Here, let me play the real clip so nobody tries to twist the story again. And let's keep it real. After that viral moment, the internet stopped being friendly and started acting reckless. Some people online don't even call her Brittney anymore. They're tossing around fake nicknames and acting like it's research instead of disrespect. Folks swear they're connecting dots the league didn't want touched, but really they're just running with rumors like it's their full-time job. But here's why the temperature is rising. Women's sports were built to give female athletes a real lane, a fair lane, a place where they're judged on skill, not chaos from the outside. That's the whole point of the league. So when people online start pushing wild theories, claiming they need proof of something that was already established, it turns into a messy argument that takes attention away from the actual game. So now people are asking, what are we watching anymore? not because of facts, but because the rumor crowd is loud and refusing to touch reality. They're acting like made-up internet files count as evidence. And once that type of talk gains traction, the whole conversation gets twisted fast. And it's not just social media trolls. Big names outside the league have jumped in too, adding their own noise to the situation. Suddenly, everybody's a sports expert with strong opinions, even if they never watched a single WNBA game before this drama. Listen closely to this next clip because it shows how fast a rumor can turn into a full-blown movement when the right people repeat it. You don't have to agree with the speaker to understand why the conversation is heating up. Because once people mix sports with identity politics, nobody wants to back down. Fans are done sugarcoating anything. One comment blew up saying, if it walks like trouble and talks like trouble, then it's trouble. People weren't even talking about facts anymore. They were venting their frustration at the league itself. Another fan blasted the WNBA with, who is the league trying to fool? They hiding something for sure. And it didn't matter that nothing was verified. The rumor wave was already rolling, and silence from the league made it look 10 times worse to the public eye. And here's where the internet really lost its mind, because Brittney didn't go silent like everybody expected. She stepped up and spoke her truth loud and clear, defending trans athletes and saying she believes they deserve fair access to sports with respect and dignity, no restrictions, no hate, just fairness. And instead of listening, people who were already angry threw that statement right back at her like fuel. What really shocked people was this interview clip. She didn't just give a chill opinion, she doubled down and said, blocking trans athletes from competing is wrong and harmful. That one word, wrong, set the internet on fire. People who were already emotional twisted it into a whole conspiracy theory overnight. She said protecting trans athletes' rights is a priority for her. And after that, fans who were already deep in rumor world started acting like she had a secret agenda. Suddenly, her stance stopped sounding like advocacy and started sounding personal to people who were already determined to believe anything online. And here's where things got even wilder. The old political baggage got pulled right back out. People haven't forgotten the prisoner exchange where the U.S. swapped her for Victor Bout, the international arms trafficker known worldwide. The internet never let that die. And once the rumors started, folks dragged that moment right back up like it was some kind of clue. People were throwing out takes like, they traded her for the merchant of death. Something don't add up. And when Russia first detained her, they placed her in a facility that didn't match what the public expected. The moment that detail resurfaced, rumor pages jumped on it like it was proof of something huge, even though none of them actually understood how foreign prison assignments even work. People even said Russia knew exactly what they were doing, like they had insider knowledge. Meanwhile, nobody had facts, just speculation wrapped in confidence. Now watch closely. This is the real footage of her swap for Victor Bout. Pay attention to how the cameras framed everything, because the way people interpreted this moment still blows minds today. That wasn't just a prisoner exchange. It became a symbol. And once rumors were added into the mix, folks started twisting that moment to fit whatever theory they were already pushing. Russia placing her where they did became a talking point for conspiracy pages, not a real indication of anything confirmed. And here's the part that gets every athlete watching heated. Real female athletes with naturally high testosterone have been banned, suspended, pushed out of events, and forced into invasive testing for something they were literally born with. Olympic medalists, world champions, sidelined for biology they never asked for. Caster Semenya, banned. Duty Chand, suspended. Christine Mboma, blocked from her main events. These are women who never lied, never hid anything, never pretended to be someone else, yet they were punished like they cheated the system. So now fans are asking, why is the WNBA testing some athletes like lab experiments while barely saying anything during this whole rumor storm? It's the double standard that has people heated, not Brittney herself. And let's be honest, the WNBA isn't just pushing basketball. They're pushing a brand, a vibe, a whole cultural stance. They're loud about equality, inclusion, and standing up for the LGBTQ+ community. And they stamp that message everywhere with pride. Sponsorships, courtside banners, social campaigns, all of it. And when a league builds an identity like that, any rumor tied to gender or fairness hits way harder. Drama, politics, identity, sports, it's all clashing at the same time. If these wild online rumors ever got treated like real proof, the fallout would be explosive. We're talking straight nuclear-level backlash from every corner of the sports world, and that's just the opening act. Because if people ever convinced themselves that the gossip was legit, the legal drama that followed would be brutal. Picture this. Players filing complaints saying they lost bonuses, lost games, lost sponsorships, all because they believe the league let something slide right under their noses. The internet might be talking hype, but some folks would try to turn that into lawsuits instantly. And it wouldn't end with the athletes either. Big money brands who drop millions into the league would come knocking with questions the second they smelled scandal. Some would demand explanations, some would threaten to pull their bags, and a few might even ask for refunds if they felt misled. A mess like that, the WNBA could never afford that kind of smoke. But the shockwaves wouldn't stay inside the WNBA. The NBA would get dragged right into the chaos too. People forget the NBA doesn't just clap from the sidelines, they literally fund the league. They manage the structure, support the operations, and keep the whole thing running. If the WNBA ever dipped into a major scandal, it would pull the NBA's name right down with it. Now watch this. Here's the clip of Draymond Green keeping it all the way honest. He straight up said the NBA has been carrying the W financially and publicly, not just support, full-on Big Brother life support. When he said that, the internet did a double take instantly. But here's the part everyone's whispering about. If one rumor can shake the WNBA this hard, imagine what it could do to the entire sports world. Tennis, track, soccer, every league would feel the heat. If the gossip ever got taken seriously, some fans would start demanding strict biological testing again, and in today's political climate, that would blow up into a global argument instantly. People already fight online over identity, fairness, and competition. Throw sports into the mix, and it's a wildfire waiting to happen. So when fans ask, why isn't the WNBA saying anything? Why are they acting like none of this is happening? This is exactly why. One wrong word could turn the rumor mill into a full-blown crisis. And here's the part nobody wants to say on the record. Once a rumor this loud hits the internet, people start assuming anything is possible. They start asking, if the league ignored this talk once, could they be ignoring other situations too? People love conspiracy vibes, and they'll twist anything to fit the storyline. Because if you listen to rumor pages online, they're trying to frame this whole thing like some giant secret. But none of them have real evidence. It's pure speculation mixed with emotion, but that never stops the internet from running wild anyway. So tell me, is the WNBA sitting on some massive scandal, or is this whole situation just smoke with zero fire? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, share this video everywhere, and hit that subscribe, because the next chapter in this story, you definitely don't want to miss it.